Cullen live in 1 minute. Welcome to Lynn Cullen Live at pghcitypaper.com. Email your questions and comments to Lynn at pghcitypaper.com.
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Once heard a comedian do this thing. Who was it? It's a really good comedian who could do a bit as if you... In other words, I could screw with your head, like you say, your audio is in and out, and then he could actually speak like his audio was in and out. It was ingenious. Like just dropping 3 syllables every 2 seconds. Oh, I think it was Billy Crystal in his one-man show. Maybe. Who knows? But anyway, I generally, when something like that, when all of a sudden you think, oh, I think you're usually right, aren't you? Aren't you? So I just want to say this about the weather. You know how the weather, it's either, what are the categories? Sunny, partly sunny, rainy, snowy.
Oh, what is it?
But I mean, sunny, partly sunny, and then or cloudy and partly cloudy. Aren't those the way you define the sky, right? I don't think there's anything else, unless something is actually, yes, precipitating, as it were. And it occurred to me as I rode the bus in today, this is not, whatever this is not just cloudy. This is more than cloudy. You can have cloudy and not feel like the sky is a weight that's like on your head. There's something soul deadening about how cloudy it is. I mean, there's no hope of sun, even a glimmer. And it's been like this for days, hasn't it? God help you who suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Because I really think there should be sunny, partly cloudy, and soul deadening. Something like that. Because God... I mean, I suppose if you were a nocturnal animal, you would be in seventh heaven, but I am not a nocturnal animal. And what happens with cats who live with us in that regard? It's not a good... Cats and us are a good fit in many ways, but a cat, a nocturnal animal, who becomes attached to a human being and lives with a human being and wants to be with that human being and who sleeps with that human being is sleeping when their own body is telling them they're supposed to be out hunting. And then they're forced to be sort of up and about when their own bodies would... Isn't that true?
That's why they have night crazies.
Huh?
That's why they get night crazies.
It's why they get... All of a sudden, cats go nuts in the night. That's true. Like, I came downstairs this morning, and walk down the stairs, and there's my living room. And the carpet in the living room, which is the most disgusting piece of cloth ever. And I know it says something about me that I have not ripped it out, by hand. It is. First of all, it's all wool. Yes. I paid a pretty penny for that rug when I put it down 20-some years ago. It's all wool. And you know who found out about that? The moths. So I literally have a wall-to-wall carpet in my living room that has whole patches that have been eaten away by moths. You can rearrange the furniture just so much. But I rearranged furniture here. Then I have to cover up all the stains from the cat puke and the dog puke and all of that. It is totally disgusting. And come to think of it, I should do something about that. But that's the kind of thing I can never get around to getting done. Sort of like a woman who drew blood the other day for me, and she was saying, "So how was your Thanksgiving?" And I said, "No, I just had a very quiet one." And she said, my husband and I had our first, where we hosted it, and there were 12 people, and oh my God, it was, exhausting, and this and that. And I said to her, because she was young, I said, "Do you actually have like 12 place settings of do you?" And she said, I didn't even understand her response. She was able to get, it started with an M. So I just went online and ordered 6 more and blah, 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 blah. But I was thinking, for a woman my age, I don't even have a place settings for 6. I don't have matching glasses. I mean, you look in my cup, there's everything from a Wonder Woman glass to plastic glasses from when my kid was in diapers. I have not an adult woman's kitchen in many ways. And I think there's a lot of things about adulthood that just don't come naturally to me, taking care of the rug. Sometimes when my cats puke, why am I telling you this? Sometimes when my cats puke, and there's just one who pukes constantly, poor guy, can't help it, something's wrong. But I'll be damned if I'm going to help him, because I figure, you know what, you're a cat. I'm not going to have exploratory surgery to see what's wrong with something here, because I think something is wrong, but I won't. Not when people can't get access to health care. I'm sorry. As things go, he's a lucky cat in the whole history of global catdom. So, when he pukes, and what he does, he pukes immediately, so everything he's ingested comes out. And so you can have a pretty good-sized pile of puke. If it's not in one of the main traffic lanes in my house, and it is on the disgusting living room carpet, I often let it stay there, because I've discovered this. If you let it stay 4 or 5 days, I'm upsetting Celine. It dries up. It it dries up. And then instead of this disgusting, wet, revolting mess that then sinks further into, you literally just rip it off, bang, like that. Now, see, I don't know. Why am I telling you these things? But I just, And I come from a family in which my mother is super clean. Everything. God, I can't believe. Dusts the books in the bookshelves. My God. Can't go there. Even if I see spider webs in my house, I often will leave them because, well, some spider lives there. You know what I mean? I hate taking down someone's, house, and spiders, I don't want to see them, but if they stay out of my way, I think they're beneficial, generally speaking. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I'm not a good housekeeper, okay? What's the point? Can you tell I don't have anything to talk about? Huh? I do, actually. Okay, here's a few things. First of all, hello. How you doing? It's December 3rd, and it's a Wednesday. And by the way, the fact that I took the bus down today, it means I am finally back to living my life. I'm finally well enough to stand in this leaden gray sky and freezing because I didn't dress warmly enough, and, waiting for the bus and take the bus and do all that and just live the life I was living before my goddamn appendix burst. So this is good.
Symphony.
Huh?
Share symphony.
I am. I'm doing it. Are you into this? All right, I'll stop. Jeez, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me today? I'm not even trying. Stop it. Oh. Shit. Okay. Tip of the hat today to Marilyn Mulvihill in Sewickley. Marilyn Mulvihill in Sewickley, who wrote a letter to the editor. First of all, I tip my hat to anybody who takes the time. Oh, shit, I don't like the looks of this. I just got an email. And the subject line is show today, which seems to imply that this person ain't getting the show. You got, what? All of this brilliance? You mean no one heard it? Trying to watch on 2 different computers, but nothing is coming up. No sound or picture. Roger. As far as we can tell, Roger, we're okay. We're checking our app. We got it. There are people doing podcasts out of their dank basements that have, a better track record than I've got here. It's embarrassing. I don't know what to tell you. Your computers are... Huh? Okay, if anyone else just wants to tell me that you're hearing and seeing me, that would be helpful, too. Sound and fury signifying nothing. A tale told by an idiot. That's out of sync. Huh?
Sound and Fury, right?
No. What? It's a. We got a call. It'll be someone saying, "Is Lynn Cullen on? Hello."
I don't know. Is she on?
Are you kidding me?
No. Hey, so listen. There's no video feed. I had to go on the audio, and I'm strictly listening to the audio. When you click on the video, it starts to load, and then the screen goes black. You can listen to the audio though.
And God knows there's been a hell of a lot to listen to.
The little chair performance you did was wonderful.
Yeah, but you didn't see it, right?
Well, no, I didn't see it. Just heard the ear.
Yeah, but I mean, there was an obvious visual element to that. Those sounds didn't come from just nothing.
True.
Dang it. Well, okay. Celine is texting all the people who will come in and say everything's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Goodbye. So there's no video.
I don't understand.
So why did I put on makeup? I didn't even have to do my hair. Oh, tip of the hat to Marilyn Mulvihill. Wait, I'm just going to reply to audio only. Audio only. Audio only. Okay. Here's her letter to the editor. This is what I was saying. Anybody who takes the time to write a letter to the editor, God bless them. Really. When I was a kid, I wrote a letter to the editor, and it did get printed, and it was the, and I'd write that damn letter today, but I was clearly on the losing end. And it happened when I'd gone downtown in Green Bay, when there was a downtown in Green Bay, and was stunned because there was music playing outside on the streets. There was some god-awful music, and I think it might have been Christmas, and maybe it was Christmas carols, or whatever. I wrote a letter. And I said it was a new form of air pollution. When can we have just a quiet moment of contemplation? And I mean, geez, now you can't go anywhere without having to listen to all this ambient crapola. Somebody had written a piece recently decrying the fact that if you're sick and you're in a doctor's waiting room or you're in a hospital waiting room waiting to have a test, that they make it so horrific because there's always a television set on. And it's tuned to some god-awful program. It's often a soap opera or like The View or something, and you're forced to listen to this crap. And I don't see anybody really listening to it or even watching it. But whose idea was it that when you're waiting there, you want to have that kind of noise coming at you? And it would seem that in a day and age when people can pick their own noise, my head is bent today. Because the minute I said pick their own noise, I saw it printed out, and then the I dropped out, and it said pick their own nose. That's what's happening in my head. But in a day and age when everybody can pick their own noise, why should there be some, like, thing on the wall forcing everybody to listen or watch something that nobody has chosen? I'm just saying. I'm never going to get to Marilyn Mulvihill's letter. Yes, I am, right now. Wait a minute. I never sent that. She said this. My head almost exploded when I read the following statement in Ruth Ann Daly's December 1st column. Quote, there are no barriers anymore to those of any race or ethnicity who want to strive and rise. End quote. Back to Marilyn. Where do I begin? How about the barrier of being dead? I don't think it reads as well as it did in my head. I'm sorry. Headline umpire comes out as gay. There's a picture of him. Nice looking guy. Why are the best looking guys gays? I'm just asking. The minute some guy is gorgeous, you think, well, gay. Why is that? What do you think? I mean, it's not always true. But.
Evolution.
Huh?
Evolution.
Evolution.
All the pretty ones are pairing up together.
All the pretty ones are pairing up together. No, but that would be go against Darwinian theory.
Maybe we need a...
I don't know. Maybe we made a little population pause. Umpire comes out as gay. So here's what I was thinking. I laughed when I saw that. I thought, okay, so what is the next headline? Why don't we ever see a headline like groundskeeper comes out as gay? Locker room attendant comes out as gay. Systems analyst comes out as gay. I mean, I understand that in the world of rough and tumble masculine sports, I guess umpires still coming out as gay qualifies as news. Would that it didn't. Speaking of sports, this just in from the Wall Street Journal. Cyber Monday, ladies and gentlemen. People were crunching the numbers, and here's what they found in terms of what sports heroes and teams saw the most activity on Cyber Monday in terms of people buying their crap. Okay? Here's I suppose you just want to know if we're on there at all. Yes! The top-selling NHL player jersey belongs to Sidney Crosby. So we're number one. As far as Steelers go, no show. Not a show at all. As far as baseball goes, no. We don't show up in the top 5. Football, the top-selling team are the Packers. You know I take some pride in that. Followed by the Seahawks, the Broncos, the Cowboys, and the Patriots. The top-selling NFL player jersey is that old fart Peyton Manning, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 1, and number 2, Aaron Rodgers, followed by Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, and Rob Gronkowski. How'd he get in there? Okay, so that's it. Giants were the winning Major League Baseball team. The player was Derek Jeter. In the NBA, the Bulls are the best sellers as a team, and LeBron James as a player. College football, Alabama. College basketball, Kentucky. And that's it. Not that you give a shit. Are you live today, says Dorothea? I cannot answer all these emails. Both live stream and audio stream are perfect on my phone, says Celine.
Outside the network, so it's not directly connected at all. We should be up and running.
But it's not.
I know, but upstairs has gone AWOL.
Okay, no one is responding to our cries for help because they insist it's all fine.
They're not insisting, I just don't know where they are.
Okay. They're not responding to our complaints or our cries for help. Audio only, audio only. Am I live today, says Dorothea. Yes, I'm lively, actually. I don't know what got into me, but I'm going to reply to her by saying, alive, yes. Visible, no. Alive, yes. Visible, no. I shouldn't be doing this during the show. I suppose I should say audio only. This is ludicrous. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. Never mind. I can't do this at the same time I'm trying to do something else. So, I mean, you didn't miss anything. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I've been just yammering on here. Okay. So it says here in the local paper that the Post-Gazette, that's the local paper, has reached agreement with its unions. Now, let me tell you, the poor union, like the Newspaper Guild and whatever other unions are over there I think the Teamsters are over there, and I don't know who represents the press guys. Whoever represents the printers, they are screwed. Because it says right here, the new contract includes staff reductions of more than 130 people in its production and distribution divisions. 130 people gone. Now, let me tell you, I can't imagine 130 at a newspaper. That is huge. I think they buried the lead here. And then they go on to make it into sort of a happy story, because this is in the fucking business section. And in business, you know, people losing jobs turns out to be usually a good thing for business. Look at all those people we don't have to pay health insurance for. Look at all those people we don't have to do all that other crap for. Right, because they've all been replaced by a machine. And they go on to tout the machinery. So they said, okay, reductions of more than 130 workers. People out of work now in the production and distribution division. Merry Christmas to all. And they say it is the result of the installation of new technology. That printing press that they keep yahooing about. And then they go on to yahoo about it a little bit more, saying the new presses can produce 90,000 newspapers per hour, which I guess these poor 130 people just couldn't crank out fast enough, even though it seemed to work okay anyway, right? You'd get your paper. Then it goes on to say the new presses are anchored in a nearly 300,000 square foot plant near the airport. Well, whoop-de-effin' do. I'm still thinking about the 130 people who used to crank out the goddamn newspaper. And now what are they going to do? And then they go on, they're still not done getting a hard-on about their new press, because they go on, built by Goss International, the new presses can print all pages in full color and are more than 4 stories tall. Oh, be still my heart. Oh my God, 90,000 papers spitting out in an hour and 4 feet tall. I don't know. It gets David Shribman hot. But he's a little hot. Okay, guys. Check my hand. Maybe you are wearing the one ring. See, I didn't even get these. The one for invisibility?
Tolkien.
Oh, I never read them. I never read Tolkien. I never read that little hobbity stuff.
Put on the ring, it makes you disappear.
Okay. So I'm invisible. Thank you. It's embarrassing how when you're found out for not having read like some classic that everybody expects that you have, it's amazing the number of books that or authors, huge authors who I've never read. Trying to think. I never read Ulysses. Did you read Ulysses? Hell no. I never read any of his, except I think I read one little thing. What would that have been? So James Joyce, no. Proust, no. They make you work too hard. I'm reading a book, I don't want to work that hard. By the way, the movie I was raving about the other day, Birdman, it won Best Movie at the Gotham Awards, which I guess are the first awards that come out in this award season. And, in fact, Pittsburgh's own Michael Keaton, the star of that, did win Best Actor as well. So there you have it. But I don't think that movie's for everybody. Just us more, intellectual types. People who don't need a, cut and dried plot line and a ending that leaves you satisfied. because the ending definitely will not leave you satisfied. All right, what do we got here? You know, as I was reading the paper today, I couldn't help but come to the conclusion that, and I've said this before, but I mean, I don't want to be considered a man-hater, but guys, as you read the paper and the horror in the paper, you start realizing that most of the horror in this world comes from men. We have a caller, and I bet it's a man. Hello?
Yes, good morning, Lynn.
Yes.
Hey, Lynn, Parakeet Man here.
Hi. Oh!
I got the latest update here.
You know, I was just wondering about that bird the other day because I'd read something about somebody capturing a something or other and bringing it in for the winter. I don't know. But then I thought, oh my God, we don't know what happened to the parakeet.
Yes, I'm a positive person in life.
Uh-oh.
So,
oh, I'm not going to like
look
this.
At the glass half full.
No, he's disappeared, huh?
Oh, yes. A month ago, my wife said there was a hawk outside.
Oh, shit.
But I didn't see any feathers.
Doesn't matter.
And she's always right about this because I had a cat, and the cat disappeared one day. And my wife said the cat's not coming back.
Oh.
She said the bird's not coming back. I said, what do you... No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's dead.
Well, I'm going to assume that the other birds taught it to go south.
You are full of shit.
I know. I have to think that way, Lynn. I can't think something happened to him.
Well, okay, then.
Yeah, there's a possibility because he was hanging with the other birds that Tori told him, hey, we got to get the hell out of here. It's getting cold.
So your efforts to trap him all went to hell, and the guy who was going to help from the whatchamahookie there in Millville or something, that didn't work?
Well, I had a cage outside. He would go inside the cage, but as soon as I get close to him, he would look at me and say, hey, pal, I'm not going back into this chain.
All right, well, maybe he lived and died like he wanted to, free.
Yeah, that's on a positive note. On a kind of crazy note, my wife and I went to sell a bird cage. My wife is like your mother and maybe your sister. She walked out of the film about halfway through, and she said, "I can't take it no more. This is terrible."
You mean Birdman, not Birdcage?
Whatever the hell it was called. Yeah. And she walked out, and I go, "What? I didn't know what the hell was going on." I go, "What are you doing?" She's in the bathroom. I go, "Honey, what's going on?" She goes, "I just can't take it." She goes, I don't want to see this kind of stuff. It's just depressing me. I said, "What the hell?
It's a movie." Okay, so you didn't get to see the end anyway.
I didn't. So she said, "Well, you can stay and I'll come pick you up in about an hour." I said, come on. I'm like a little kid here. Drop you off to feed her. Like, here you go, sonny boy. Drop you.
So you left with her? I
left with her, and then we argued about it for a little bit. Then I just said, well, it wasn't, quite frankly, though, I couldn't argue too much because it wasn't my cup of tea. I was like, I don't know, this...
It was odd. It's odd.
No, I didn't... I hate to say I agree with her, but it's kind of wacky. I don't know.
It's totally wacky.
Yeah. And she goes, I don't like this kind of stuff. She goes, don't take me any more dark comedies. We saw that one. We went to a play last year called something about the fear of the black cat, motherfucker, and that was another type of thing. It was about a well acted play, but it was like very depressing. Like all the characters had like all of us are flawed. But they characterized all the different flaws and all the different problems they went through. And she just said, please, I have enough.
I understand.
She's a nurse.
I understand. I got enough trouble in life. I don't go to the movies to get more.
Exactly.
I understand that mindset.
She has to see all these people literally dying. And she's a cancer nurse.
I
said, well,
okay.
That's okay. So I can't.
Okay. I'm with you. I said I would not recommend that movie to anybody I didn't know very well. Seriously. Well,
I told her last night, though, I go, guess what, honey? What? And I go, Lynn saw the movie and she thought it was great.
Well, tell her not to hold it against me.
I said, but no. And she said, but Lynn went to acting school. I said, you never went to acting school.
See, but that is it. That is it. Because I found it was the actress in me that was just fascinated by it.
I thought it was pretty wild. So I told her, I said, you when she walked out of the one part, then they kind of said that they were acting. I said, honey, it's what, that's what,
Give it up.
I kid.
All right,
up.
well.
I said, well, at least your mother agreed with my wife. She said, well, I'm more like the mother than Lynn. I said, you probably are.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with being like my mom. Listen, thank you for the update.
Okay, Lynn. Good
All
talking to you.
right, bye.
Thanks a bunch.
Bird is dead. Okay, getting an update from Celine. Live stream must be down for non-mobile devices since it's work. Jesus Christ. It's a fucking comedy of errors. Why don't we just... Comedy of errors. That's what we're going to call this show. Lynn Cullen, Comedy of Errors. That's it. I want a new... Anyway, this thing is getting pretty scuzzy. A Comedy of Errors. That's the new name of the show. Because it's more truth in advertising. It is. Oh, where was I? Oh, you guys being responsible for every horror you just read one story after another. You know, this jerk in West Virginia, 'cause she left me, and if I'm hurting, then I'm gonna kill a bunch of people. Yes, I'll show you. There's a lot of lack of emotional intelligence. Let's put it that way, at work in the world. And a lot of the people who don't seem to have their emotional IQs past about 4 seem to be men. And then I think your hormonal stuff, which naturally predisposes you to be more aggressive, gets in your way. And I'm not so sure. Here's what I was thinking. That evolutionary-wise, I'm not so sure that you guys are necessary anymore. I think you're more trouble than you're worth. I think if we do the, benefits and the deficits of having men in the world, I got a feeling you're going to come out on the losing end. I do. And I feel sorry for you nice guys. Because I love many guys. But your gender is just sick of it. Domestic violence. Guy kills this one, that one, everybody. Oh, here. And we go to Africa, and we got these SOBs, Shabab. The Shabab. They go in to take all these minors in Kenya, take them out, find out what religion each one of them is, take all the ones that aren't Muslim, make them lie face down and shoot them dead. 40-some people dead. Guys. I'm thinking that if we want to stop the cop, happy trigger finger cop stuff, I think what we need is more women on police forces. By virtue of females giving life, by virtue of the fact that that is our job, giving life, I don't think females are as quick to take lives as males. Which is not to say that I don't think women can be vicious, murderous bitches, but I'm saying in general. And in terms of you guys just being sort of like not necessary anymore, we don't need the kind of stuff, the kind of work that guys did, in the industrial age and agricultural ages. That did require your greater brawn. But that's not what people do anymore. Man, we got 4-story printing presses, baby, to do that. We do not need brawn. So what happens to the guys of not much brain? There are no jobs for them anymore. And they get pissed and they kill. And I just don't know what we... And the fact is, we don't even need you anymore for procreation. For that matter, I don't think we need women around either. We can grow babies left and right. I don't know. All right, back to the news. Oh, God, you gotta love Florida. Must be so many good-hearted people in Florida, where they've made it a crime to feed the homeless. It's not a crime there to shoot unarmed black teenagers, but it is a crime to feed the homeless. Oh, dear God. Now, some judge in Broward County has suspended for 1 month the enforcement of this wonderful law. And he has asked the parties to the law, I guess that would be the city or the county, and the do-gooders who think homeless people should be fed, to try to work things out. How do you pass a law like that? Now, granted, it's okay. I left one word out. Public feeding of the homeless. They don't want people going to where the homeless are, which is in public places, in parks and whatever, and they don't want them bringing food to them there. You're supposed to feed them. Oh, I can't stand this! Okay, we're going to let the show go on. I've got Sick Again from Henry. Chris writes, where are you? Nobody is hearing this. Very few people are hearing it. We shouldn't pretend that we're offering a visual show if it's not available. So, tell you what, I'm going to take a break just so I can respond to my audience who have emailed me thinking I'm sick again, okay? Be right back.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
BurghBargains.com is your best bet for great deals in the Burgh. Check out the newly optimized site for quicker access to deals. Log on today for discounted gift certificates to Ibiza, P.F. Chang's, and Wildwood Highlands. Pittsburgh's best bargains, BurghBargains.com.
Need to get some rest. This is the worst headache ever.
Right arm's all tingly all of a sudden. Must have slept on it last night.
I keep losing my balance. These old bones need some exercise.
Granddaddy, what you just said doesn't even make sense. It sounds like gibberish.
Signs like these could be more than what they seem. They could be a sign of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Sudden trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Download the popular CP Haps app and find out what's going on in Pittsburgh for the holidays. It's the free and fun app that puts the most popular events at your fingertips. Text events to 77948 to download now and register to win tickets to Trans-Siberian Orchestra and dinner to Sonoma. The CP Haps app, brought to you by Pittsburgh City Paper.
Kids have the craziest ideas about food. Where do they get this stuff? Like eating Brussels sprouts helps you hit home runs. And eating carrots gives you X-ray vision. It's nuts. And I honestly have no idea where my daughter got this notion that broccoli is the official food of professional ballerinas. Kids, The only reason my 4-year-old loves cantaloupe is because he's convinced it comes from the moon.
One small step for man, lots of potassium for mankind.
And the other day when my oldest came up to me and said, Mom, will eating peas and carrots really help me pull off a fakey frontside ollie with a twist? I look him in the eye and say, it can't hurt, honey. It can't hurt.
Moms everywhere are finding creative ways to help their kids eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Lynn Cullen Live at pghcitypaper.com. Once again, here's Lynn Cullen.
All right. Here we are back again. For those of you who are intrepid and savvy enough to ferret out where the hell I happen to be on any given day, our video source is for shit. Okay, that just that puts it concisely, and apparently people who understand these kinds of things are parlaying, and we'll tell you what the next fix will be. But I just want to say to those of you who are listening to me, God bless you. I don't think that I would go through what you go through to hear me. I mean, we're jerking you around left and right, and I'm embarrassed by it. I'm just saying that. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. I think the reality is, you know, this show ain't making any money. And if a show isn't making money, ain't nobody going to spend any money on it. So I don't know, would you guys pay $1 a month to listen to the show? Would that work? Is it worth $12 a year or something? I don't know what we do. But if we could get some money to get us on a better and reliable kind of source, I sure would like not feeling every time I start a show wondering what's going to go wrong, who's not going to hear me, are they going to see me, will they hear every other syllable, what the fuck? I mean, this is ridiculous. I have been a professional broadcaster for 40 friggin' years, and I've never had to deal with anything like this. It's driving me stark raving mad. Okay, I think I got that out of my system. But mostly, I just wanted to tell you how grateful I am to those of you who still hang in there with this, never knowing what you'll get. I'm gratified by that. Okay. Now what? Oh, so I happened upon this a while back, and you know, the cost of higher education in this country is I'm trying to think of a word that I don't use all the time. But unconscionable is what's coming to my head. And the fact that it just goes up year after year after year after year. And I don't think for 1 minute that the quality of the education that people are going into debt to get, debt that they'll be paying off for the rest of their natural lives, is worth what they're charging. All too often, it ain't worth anywhere near it. The fact is, the cost of going to college in this country, when we're told that you have to go to college or you're going to be left behind, So you have to go into debt. You have to dig this big hole and fall in it, and then spend the rest of your life trying to crawl out of it if you want to succeed. You couldn't make this shit up if you were writing some bizarre science fiction novel or about just a culture gone insane. So, the cost of getting a college education has, in the last 25 years, has gone up by about, get this, 500%. Now, here's what I wanted to tell you. In Germany, the opposite is true. The cost of a higher education in Germany has been going down, and those German kids are going to eat our kids alive. The country's universities have been tuition-free since the beginning of October. Free education. And Germany is not the only one, and those are good schools. The German government fully funds the education of its citizens. And get this, and here's what Americans don't know. They also are willing to educate some Americans free as well. Germany's higher education landscape consists of internationally well-ranked public universities. What's more, Americans, get this and pass it on, Americans can earn a German undergraduate or graduate degree without speaking a word of German and without having to pay a single dollar for tuition. Huh? What? Got it right here from the Washington Post. About 900 undergraduate or graduate degrees are offered exclusively in English, with courses ranging from engineering to social sciences. For some German degrees, you don't even have to formally apply. Just show up. Why would you not? Pass this information on. Pass it on. Finland also charges no tuition fees to its citizens. And a large number of their universities teach their classes in English. It says here, the Finnish government amiably reminds interested foreigners that, quote, they are expected to independently cover all everyday living expenses. All right. Germany? Finland? France? Why isn't this known? France, there are at least 76 English language undergraduate programs in France. But a lot of those are offered by private schools and are expensive. But many more graduate level courses are designed for English-speaking students, and 1 of every 3 French doctoral degrees is awarded to a foreign student. Public universities in France charge only a small tuition fee of about $200. If your parents are unemployed, doesn't cost you a penny. If your parents are rich, it is going to cost you more. Unbelievable. Sweden. Anyone? Sweden? Offers some of the world's most cost-efficient college degrees. More than 300 listed programs in 35 universities in Sweden are taught in English. Norway? Norway, no, you don't charge tuition for international students. They do not. The Norwegian higher education system keeps class sizes small, professors approachable, many programs in English. American students could choose all kinds of things to study, but don't expect to save money in Norway because it has one of the highest costs of living. So while you're over there, you're going to get... All right, and I'm not done. There's others. Slovenia, Brazil. I would love to see young Americans pick up in droves and leave. We just sit and take it. It's unbelievable. Welcome to America, the land of the screwed. And the land of the screwed. And let me finish with the reading I did on Monday, but I love it so much I'm going to read it again. Because Monday, I think our audio was in and out, and at least today we have audio. You're deprived of being able to see my lovely face, but listen to the words of President Dwight David Eisenhower. This is what a Republican sounded like in 1953. Believe me, you wouldn't hear a Democrat saying this now. This is a Republican president, 1953, talking to the people straight. The worst to be feared and the best to be expected can be simply stated. The worst is atomic war. The best would be this: a life of perpetual fear and tension, a burden of arms draining the wealth and the labor of all peoples, a wasting of strength that defies the American system or the Soviet system or any system to achieve true abundance and happiness for its people. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies a theft from those who hunger and are not fed. A theft from those who are cold and are not clothed. This world in arms is not spending money alone. It is spending the sweat of its laborers, the genius of its scientists, the hopes of its children. The cost of one modern heavy bomber is this: a modern school in more than 30 cities. It's 2 electric power plants, each serving a town of 60,000. It's 2 fine, fully equipped hospitals. It is some 50 miles of concrete pavement. We pay for a single fighter plane with 500,000 bushels of wheat. We pay for a single destroyer with new homes that could have housed more than 8,000 people. This is, I repeat, the best way of life to be found on the road the world has chosen to take. This is not a way of life at all, in any true sense. Under the cloud of threatening war, it is a humanity hanging from a cross of steel. These plain and cruel truths define the peril and point the hope that come with this spring of 1953. Wow. I might have to read that at least once a week. I really might. It's just, I bet he didn't deliver it as well as I did. But damn, is that not incredible? We got, as Americans, we're afraid to talk truth to power. Well, I got news for you. Back then, here's a president who had the guts to talk truth to the people. And you don't see that very often anymore. You know why? Because it doesn't get you anywhere. Nope, not in this, not the way we structured things now. A president saying something like this today would be savaged. Would be savaged. Okay, that's it for me. I am going to end with a bit of a, just a little tune from my chair. Okay? So just listen on your way out. Oh my God, come on, buddy. It's not cooperating. Shit. It's been jerking around all of the show. Come on, damn it. All right, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. God damn it.
Lynn Cullen Live, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and archived at pghcitypaper.com. The opinions expressed on Lynn Cullen Live are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the viewpoints of Pittsburgh City Paper, Steel City Media, and its advertisers.